The scoundrel blew a giant hole in the maintenance room and flew away in an aircraft, leaving me with all the mess. Afterward, I learned the others of the fuel in the spacecraft he had used for this adventure was stolen bit by bit from my maintenance room. And this is the station breakout incident that he boasts about all over the place. It's been so many years, but whenever I think about it, I'm still so mad at him.
All this fuss just to make you get the letter. Now it's time I hand over the secret recipe of Capo Kali to you. Sell to the IPC. They make it worth your while. Some sort of compensation from me, I guess. I wish you well in the rest of your journey. Yes, you were seeing it right. Above is the secret recipe. If you do that, you will be intercepted along the way by some evil monster with nothing but the desire to destroy. Promise me, don't go back to die. Stay here and continue more research. The next second, the researchers pushed aside an intact aircraft can be seen behind him. Amidst the noise of the liftoff, you hear the geopolitics researchers shout out her name. But first, I'm going to drink. That was his name, by the way. My name is Sheila Nova. I fucking knew it. Sheila Nova. That's the name mentioned in the video. Recording. She clearly left the space station. She even died. There must be something up to this. It also matches the secret Esther was talking about. I should investigate this so-called Sheila first. Back to Honkai Star Rail. So, we found Sheila Nova, a supposed dead girl. No, Joanne, it's definitely not ordinary forgetfulness. It's like someone stole my memories overnight. Uh-oh. Maybe you had a run-in with a memo snatcher. Are you talking about those radicals in the Garden of Recollection? There's nothing those guys wouldn't do to get a hold of other people's memories. If this was their doing, ordinary treatment is not going to work. But as far as I know, those memo snatchers have never been seen in the space station. It's good to have your embarrassing memories stolen. That's a good one, ma'am, but I'm sure what I have forgotten is very important. Even questions like, who am I? The way I see it, it won't matter as long as it doesn't affect your research. I have some questions that may help you remember. Oh, we have a memory expert here, do we? I'd like to see what treatment you can come up with that even the medical staff don't know. Have you ever had a lover or a husband? No, ma'am. I hope to contribute my everything to the Department of Galactic Geopolitics, including my health, my dreams, and my passion. Are you the founder of the Department of Galactic Geopolitics? No, ma'am. I'm just a guide in the Department of Galactic Geopolitics. I'm responsible for passing on the rules made by the big shots in the space station. I'm flattered by your question, though. Have you ever left the space station? No, ma'am. I've never left the space station since I was born. I don't think I'll leave the space station until my soul returns to the cosmos. The answers to these questions don't match the videos at all. So, memory expert, aren't you gonna cast your memory restoration spell? You sound like you're doing a survey. And what's with the videos? Those videos are records of Sheila's past. As far as I know, all the videos are records of someone's personal experience. You mean those videos you saw are backup or research of Sheila's life? Can you elaborate on what you saw? That's horrible. I don't remember any of these things. It's like listening to someone else's life. I'll try to sort it out for you guys. So, in the videos, Sheila is the founder of the Department of Galactic Geopolitics, and she left the space station and died on the way back to her home planet to warn its inhabitants about the invasion of the Legion, which doesn't match this person in front of us at all. Maybe it's someone with the same name? The Department of Galactic Geopolitics has registered the names of all its staff. I'm sure there's no one with the same name as me in the database. How come you remember this so well? It's very strange. There's also an image that I can remember very clearly above all else. Rows of security monitors loom within a dark room. The scene goes on forever without a beginning or an end. It's as though someone forced this image into my mind, but at the same time, it feels like a complete memory. Ma'am, since fate has brought us together, I have a request. Please help me get to the place in my memories and find those security monitors. I have a hunch that we can just find those security monitors. Everything will become clear. Sure, I'll help you find it. Hey, don't forget you're both patients. One has potential short-term amnesia, and the other has had a temporary disturbance of consciousness. If you can't find this room at all, then maybe I am losing my mind. Oh no. I had to attack that guy. My dog is playing with his ball and he was about to have it stuck. I was only moving the ball, boy, so you wouldn't lose it. Try not to be putting it there. Oh, the meeting is actually here. The people in the conference room are so noisy and you can't even hear what anyone's saying. The fact that everyone's still willing to meet up in such a dangerous place is a glowing endorsement for your department. So your solution is no way appropriate for our department? You've never even given a single thought to our concerns. Since you know so much, then do you have a plan that is suitable? We're already at version 12 of the plan. Do you think that's my fault? Or are we supposed to ignore all your previous poor suggestions? What are you going to do about it now? Egg custard? What do you need egg custard for? I'll revise that part in the next version. I'll definitely revise it. You know what I think? Endless revision and doing the same work over and over again is the biggest failure of the research process. What are you looking at me for? This revision business wasn't my idea. There's no need to keep listening to this debate go back and forth because the key mediator is missing, and you realize that the organizer of the meeting assumes this responsibility. I think that version 1 is satisfactory. You can all see this very well for yourselves, whether it meets the current requirements. The argument abates, and the current answer is within grasp, but everyone seems to ignore it. It is precisely the grasping this blind spot that you're able to crack it. The conference room draws quiet, and everyone is roundly saved by version 1. You also get to experience the pleasure of helping others. Whoa, hold on! Damn! I don't need to hear you breathing. When she answered my questions. No. The script is exactly... is someone watching her and writing her dialogues? Or is someone controlling her speech? In this gun novelle. What experiment was he talking about? I don't know. I have to get this information to Sheila as soon as possible. Then we can work out what this secret is. So, I'm guessing... either she's reborn because of this gun guy, or she is a full robot girl now or something. It's one of these things. Oh, you're too late. Everything's been dealt with. I found the information. Gunn from the Department of Galactic Geopolitics came and temporarily took over the authority in the medical cabin, saying he knows how to cure Sheila. In return for letting him use the medical cabin, he helped our department compile a list of patient confidentiality clauses. With that, no matter how influential a visitor is, they must follow the department's rules. This will greatly improve the privacy of doctors and patients alike. This Gunn, he could be a bad guy. Why do you say that? Although, judging by your anxious look, you don't seem to be lying. Fine, you can sort it out with him face to face. You look like you're in a rush. Whatever. Our department isn't involved. You can deal with your own problems. I'm performing treatment on this young guy from the Department of Galactic Geopolitics.
Do you have a good reason for breaking in here?
I think you have ulterior motives.
Look, I said I'm helping this guy from the Department of Galactic Geopolitics. Although there was a little accident, it was not serious and far from being a conspiracy.
She seems to have temporary lost consciousness, but her vitals are okay.
By the way, I have not introduced myself yet. I'm Gun, the founder of the Department of Galactic Geopolitics. As you can see, I have the knowledge and authority that matches my age. If you don't leave, I will have security take you away on the grounds of interfering with medical procedures.
There's nothing we can do. His authority is higher than mine, second only to the likes of Chief Arlen. Let's wait outside for now. Why don't you take a look at what I have here?
Why do you have my manuscript? I distinctly remember putting it away a long time ago. It seems to have misunderstood its content. To tell you the truth, I'm a theater enthusiast. I've written a play or two in my spare time. It's pure fiction. I see you have lots of doubts about me. Why don't we have a chat? Maybe we can be friends.
That's right. If you have anything important to say, spill it. This manuscript talks about a mysterious experiment.
The so-called experiment is part of my hobby. Some people like gardening, I prefer to write plays. Sure, you can't be so naive as to think this has anything to do with what you see right here, is it?
Sheila has been reciting the script you wrote in advance.
Oh, you've spoken to her? That's very observant of you. Most people won't notice this without paying close attention. Let me put it this way. I wrote that so-called script by imitating Sheila's speech. It is still functional. That should clear up any misunderstandings you may have.
You have ulterior motives.
That's just your personal speculation. Do you have any other evidence? If not, there's no need to continue this conversation.
I'm not going to leave. What are you talking about? Is this another residual effect of watching those videos? Right, the videos!
What videos? What are you talking about?
I saw you on the videos. What? How could you have seen Gun in Sheila's videos? Given their age difference, if you saw a young Gun in the videos, Sheila must have been a baby at the time, but that's not what you saw. Unless the Sheila in front of us now is either the owner of the videos, nor the real Sheila. Is there a so-called conspiracy or some kind of experiment? Then it can only mean one thing. She's impersonating Sheila under false pretenses. No, because she left. I think Joanne's theory is correct. Hey, thanks for the compliment.
You too, I must say this is all very entertaining to watch. Well, since you've found the video, I suppose I can't hide it anymore. Who would have thought this tiny experiment of mine could attract so much attention? What happens next may surprise you, but no matter what you see or hear, please be patient until the end.
You better tell the truth. Don't embellish it.
Shira, reconnect. We have something to say to you.
You just have her... Let's see. Yes, Mr. Gunn, but I don't feel so good. Sheila, are you okay?
Now, you can give her some instructions, like pray, sing, or shout. She's just a robot. Be sure to do what I say first. Remember, the instructions include pray, sing, and shout.
Sheila, pray. What the heck is going on?
Yes, a smart person may have guessed by now. This all happened because I was too idealistic with my initial experiment design. I thought I could restore Sheila to her original self relying only on a script and some technology. Unfortunately, a limited script will never be able to simulate a person's actual reaction to the real world. So I tried letting her watch videos from the past, hoping that she could get a better understanding of how to be human. But I didn't expect Sheila, or should I say Prototype 157, to become so human. She started to think more and more like a real person. She even realized that another Sheila, who looked exactly like her, once existed in this world. That was when she began to doubt her own existence. This is very dangerous for an android.
Sheila is an android? No wonder her body scan showed that her parameters were almost perfect, like a well-calibrated machine.
That's right. The experiment I referred to is this perfect recreation of a young Sheila standing before you. She was modeled after the co-founder of the Department of Galactic Geopolitics, and the love of my life, Sheila Nova. She died in the vast ocean of stars a long time ago. The reason I made Prototype 157 is that I wanted to make up for my regret of not saving my true love when I had the chance. When she found out that she's not a real person, in order to prevent cognitive confusion, I had to erase her memory again and again to restore her settings and maintain her normal operation.
But she still remembered where you hid your information.
I underestimated her, or rather she has suppressed my imagination. So when I found out Sheila was being treated by a researcher Joanne in the medical cabin, I came as soon as I could to try to fix her cognition once again.
How did this fix go?
There are many possibilities. Maybe she will finally live according to the script once and for all, or perhaps she will continue this cycle, fall into another amnesia, and begin to seek help until the next fix. No matter how we deal with Sheila, I beg you, please don't make this experiment public. The ethical issues are bound to be investigated by the Department of Galactic Geopolitics. Please forgive this old man who's just trying to mourn his dead wife.
I'm just a bystander, it's not my decision. Jupiter, I think you have the choice. Tell Prototype 157 the truth about her life. Fix and factory reset 157. Destroy Prototype 157 and erase all records of this dangerous experiment from the history of the space station. As the leader in this investigation, it's up to you to make the final decision. As for Gunn, I'll keep an eye on him. Alright, let's run through everything. Destroying Sheila is, at this point, kind of fucked up because she has gained enough sentience to know what's going on. And I understand that this man is just trying to be with his wife again, but he does need to kind of let her go. So I can see the thing of destroying her, and I don't know though, and trying to fix her. You're just gonna keep resetting her constantly through a loop, and it's never going to get better. And if we tell her the truth, yeah, it could possibly overload her, and things could get worse. But maybe there is a slight chance that this robot Sheila can coexist and continue the life of the past Sheila. We can take that chance, and whatever happens from here is what happens from here. But if there's a sliver of hope, then we should probably try and take that.
Since you insist, I'll tell Prototype 157 about her story. But how is she going to react to this is completely beyond my control.
How do you feel? Like I just had a very long dream. What did you dream about? I dreamed of a cold space station, a lost lover, a huge planet, and a silent radio. So I'm a mechanical replica of a real person. My wife is a parody of the dead. My thoughts, my speech, even my behavior are the product of Mr. Gunn's preset. How ridiculous. after learning that the other me had such a rich life. I wish I had my own birthday, my own friends, and my own dreams. Take your time. Everything will happen in due course. Is it my wish? Or perhaps I do have my own birthday, my own friends, and my own dream? Uh-oh. That's not good. There seems to be a problem with her. Oh god. Thank you, Jupiter Free. I'm just a guide in the Department of Galactic Geopolitics. I think there is even a longer dream waiting for me. One where I will willingly dedicate everything to the department. Thank you, and farewell, Jupiter. Her cognitive module was burned due to the information overload. You know what? I'm gonna also say it that even though she has now apparently, well, I guess we'll just say that she's dead now at this point. At least she was able to go out knowing the truth. No need to blame yourself. By the way, you still have Sheila's videos there. It's time to return them to the rightful place. Cheer up and let everything go back to the way it was. Well, at least we tried, Sheila. At least we tried.
It's getting late. Where to now?
You got to go out in somewhat of a human way, knowing who you were. I brought them all back. 3, not too many. You worked hard, young one. Sit down and have a rest. In return, I want to tell you a story I heard God knows when. Do you wish to hear it? Go on. Once in the Department of Galactic Geopolitics, there were 2 well-known young people. They were not only comrade in arms with similar interests, but also a couple who pushed each other to become better. They were committed to fighting for a week and upholding justice for those who were trampled by ions and their functions. Until one day, justice was no longer an ideal. A world ravager came to the female researcher's hometown and her home planet was about to be destroyed. For the first time ever, the 2 disagreed on how justice should be implemented in this scenario. The female researcher chose to return to her home to avert them a disaster, but unexpectedly an accident occurred during her journey. At the time, the star rail was blocked by a Stellaron, and her spacecraft was also stranded in a path of the antimatter legion. In absolute fear, she chose to call the space station for help. However, the space station had chosen to remain neutral in all actions involving ions, and the operator responsible for relying on the ruthless message was none other than the male researcher himself. Though the radio, he personally witnessed how this stranded lover ran out of oxygen in the damaged aircraft, and how she slowly died, drifting in the endless darkness. For some reason, this tragic story just came to my mind today. Thought I'd share it with you. Yeah, the poor woman asphyxiated to death. I thought the whole craft blew up and she just went pop. No, she literally asphyxiated. She gave her life for justice. Yes, she was a real hero. After her death, the researchers re-examined the question of justice. If we spend our whole life debating justice but choose to stand idly by when there are actual instances happening all over the cosmos, then what were we really making a mockery of justice? That's it for today. Please take these rewards. I do hope to see you again in the future. There are still many secrets in this world waiting to be unearthed. So there is. So there is. Alright. We're gonna do just a tiny bit of main story quest to fill up this video. Just the tiniest bit of it.
getting late. Where to now?
Jupiter Free, you received this message? March 7th gave me this little thing and taught me how to use it. Well, it seems you can teach an old dog new tricks after all. It just takes time. I kinda know how it works by now. Nice to have something that lets me talk to people without meeting them face to face.
You weren't quick.
I'm flattered, Jupiter. Now let's cut to the chase. I heard Natasha has seen a lot of patients that hasn't slept for days. She's the backbone of the underworld, and we can't afford to have her be burned out. Jupiter, I know you did a great favor for her recently, but can I ask you to check on her? Just make sure she's alright.
No problem, I'll go right away.
I knew I could count on you the first time we met. I wasn't wrong.
Well, now that we're done with that whole situation in the underworld, we can finally look for the Stellaron. But thinking about it, I feel a bit bad about Clara. We promised her that our talks with Svarog would go peacefully.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to persuade Svarog.
You tried your best. Don't blame yourself. I should have considered such a situation in advance. And it was Svarog who attacked first. We didn't have any other choice.
I didn't mean for you guys to start beating yourselves up over it. Look on the bright side. Things turned out all right, didn't they? Now everyone knows that the real problem here is the Stellaron, and they're willing to help us out. All in all, the mission is going super smoothly.
But we still have a lot left to figure out. For instance...
Where's the Stellaron?
Exactly. We don't even have the Stellaron's coordinates and location. Cocolia's sudden change in attitude is also very curious. We still haven't put all of the pieces together.
Actually, I've been having these dreams.
Dreams?
Oh, I remember you mentioned something about strange dreams before.
All three dreams were the same, with Cocolia and that other voice.
It would be weird to call it a coincidence.
I'm wondering if these dreams aren't just random, if there's some meaning behind them. Maybe you're having them because...
Because of the Stellaron inside her?
That's my hunch, but I have no proof.
Well, then that's as good as nothing for now. So, what should we do when we get back above ground? After all this talk, we're still back at square one.
We solve a puzzle one piece at a time. Let's get some rest. We'll talk to Wildfire tomorrow and get to the bottom of this. Also, there's still one more key character we haven't talked to yet. Her connection to Cocolia may be the key to cracking this mystery.
'Cause every night I will save your life, and every night I will